So good day, programmers. In the previous tutorial, we looked at list comprehensions. I said I will be covering generators in today's tutorial. Now, today's tutorial is about generators. Now, generators make proper use of the memory of your computer as compared to list comprehensions. Now, what are generators? Generators are of type iterable, like lists, or should I say tuples, or any iterable you can find, for example, strings. Now, unlike lists, they don't allow indexing with arbitrary indices, okay? But they can still be iterated through for loops, and actually the next item can be called using the next operator, okay? So that's actually a little introduction to the yield statement. The yield can be created using functions and the yield statement, okay? So what this basically means is that the yield statement should be in a function, and then the generator should be in the function, and the yield statement is used to generate that. So basically, if we wanted to generate numbers that are actually should I say even numbers, we're going to use the generators. Now, how do we create that? We can just say def should I say generate even. Okay, this is a basic function. I might just give an x to show the range. Okay, so for I in range x, what we're basically going to do, if I, we've done this a lot of time, if I modulus 2 is equal to 0, you're just gonna, instead of yield or instead of return, we're gonna use the yield statement. So I'm just gonna give a yield I. Okay, so how do we basically call this? We can say A is equal to generate even. We'll decline the function. By the way, if you're new to any of these, basically how to get up and started with what we are doing right now is to go to the description of this video. You're gonna see a link to the playlist, and you can start wherever is most suitable for you as a Python beginner or developer. Okay, so that being said, we've just created a function which we assign the variable name to be a. Now we can basically give the parameter of x, so we can give that to be a 10. So what happens when I say print a? Can we all try to see? You can see we have generator object generate even at this is just a space in the memory. It's just pointing a location to us. So basically how we want to get elements from this is to loop over it. Okay, so for this I'm giving the range of 10. So we could basically just come here and say for I in, let's try for I in a and see what we can do. Let's try a print I just for fun. You can see we have 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. It's being outputted to the screen. Now, can I do this again? Can I run this for loop multiple times? Let's see. I've not tried this, so let's just see what happens. Oh, great! It's just gonna print it out to the screen. So that is great. So there's another way we can access this. We can say print. Okay. Next a. What happens when we do this? You can see you just say trace back print next a, stop iteration. That basically means we've already accessed all the elements here, and we have to recreate a if we want to access that again. Okay, so what happens if I print it here? So print next of a. Okay, let's see. We basically get this printed the first time and it says stop iteration. I really don't know why, but that's just great. As you can see, we can just do this, and after creating that, if we want to see what basically the next a does, you can just come here and print next of a, and you could basically see we have 0. If you do this multiple times, say a number of times, you can basically see 0 to 8. Now, what the stop iteration gets raised is when you do this the number of times is more than the items as in the generator. Okay, so you can basically see it gives stop iteration because of this one, because the generator has actually yielded all the values that are supposed to be here. So if you want to use the next, I'll advise you to basically associate that with a try and catch statement so you don't run into errors. But for I in a works fine, but when you're working with a larger range of numbers or maybe items, you might consider using the next keyword for getting the next item on the generator. So this is basically how to create a generator. There are other stuff you can do with generators. You can just basically play around with generators and see what you run into. This is just a basic function which yields a statement. You can do this. One more thing before the end of this tutorial, we can basically say a would be equal to, instead of just giving generate this, I'm going to change this to basically a list what generate even 10. Okay, so this basically takes converts everything here to be a list. Everything number that's going to be generated is basically going to be converted into a list. So if I go below here and I just basically put a print a, you see that a gets printed out, and what do we get? We're getting 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. You can just comment down which method is more reliable for you or what you think. Any suggestions as always. This video this is the end of today's tutorial. If you like this video, basically how to support it is by only liking and subscribing to this channel, and leave comments for next type of tutorials you would want to see. And thanks for watching, guys. I'm still Victor.